After Florida black turnout in the 2016 presidential election haven't been exactly sparkling and sunshines for the Democratic nominee Hillary Clinton, MSNBC decided to sit down with the president of the Democratic African American Women's Caucus and talk about what's going on.
Listen, you recently said, and you caught a little bit of heat for it, that the Clinton campaign was in panic mode over the lack of enthusiasm from black voters in Florida. So is she still in panic mode? And are you in panic mode about where she is with this particular demographic?
Well, when I said back in September that the enthusiasm level for African Americans as far as Hillary Clinton's campaign was not there, I was right and they were wrong. They didn't want anyone to know that they were in panic mode. And so I'm going to say now, I want everybody to know that I was right. If they don't want to admit that they were in panic mode, they really should admit it now. I said then that it wasn't too late, and Hallie, it is too late now.
So there's nothing she can do?
Oh, no. It's over now. As far as the African-American community is concerned, she had time back then to get into the community and get people out to vote. But now, you know, the numbers are the numbers.
Clinton's campaign has... I struggled to say this because we're talking about an election that included Donald Trump. But I think I have to say this. Clinton's campaign is the biggest joke of this election and potentially any election. I don't know if I've ever seen such an incompetently run campaign. Certainly not in my life. I don't know if I've ever read up on one, and I don't know if there ever was one. Maybe there was. I didn't live through the other ones. But it astounds me because Hillary Clinton, for better or for worse, has been in politics her entire life, basically, for 30 years. Yet, somehow, the concept of appealing to your base, especially when you want to be president of the United States, escaped her. This entire election, what has she done? She's cozied up with neocons, talked about American exceptionalism, all this right-wing crap for the purpose of what? To try to get Trump supporters? To get Republicans? Because herself said 50% of them, basket of deplorables. So why in God's name are you trying to appeal to them? When you know that there is a huge split on your base. You went through the primaries with Bernie Sanders. He was a no-name. You were Hillary freaking Clinton. Everyone knew who you were. Yet he almost won the election. Maybe when there is a huge amount of people who are enraged at exactly your system, the system you represent, maybe for, I don't know, 5 seconds, maybe you at least pretend to understand where they're coming from. It astounds me because I don't get it. I don't get it how she can be tied with Donald Trump a week before the election. It makes no sense. Donald Trump is the most beatable candidate that could possibly have gone up with her. And I guess that was the strategy. That, hey, Donald Trump's there. I don't got to do nothing. Nobody can vote for him because he's a monster. Except Hillary. I mean, if I'm running a sushi restaurant and there's 2 sushi restaurants in town and one of them's run by a racist white nationalist and the other one is run by a guy who pays off the cops to look the other way from his money laundering schemes. And I don't want to support the racist, that's what I know, so I'm gonna go to the other restaurant. The one with the guy who's paying off the police to look away from his money laundering. Except every time I go into that restaurant, that person throws raw fish at my face. And every single time, and he throws it as hard as possible, and then says, "Eat up, punk! Eat up!" I don't think, at some point, I'm pretty sure there's going to be some hesitation to go to that restaurant. And maybe I might even put up with the racist white nationalist if he's serving decent, well, not even if he's serving decent enough food. I just freaking want that kind of food. Not me. in this instance, for all better or for worse, Trump is still a monster. So I'm still going to vote for Hillary Clinton. But she makes it so I don't want to vote for Hillary Clinton. I don't want to. She makes me want to see her lose just to see that smug face evaporate as she realizes that she lost to Donald freaking J. Trump. The biggest moron who's ever hit the political system ever. I mean, maybe except for Ted Cruz. I don't know. But actually, Donald Trump's stupider than Ted Cruz. But Ted Cruz, I'd still argue, is a bigger monster. But it astounds me because it's so basic. Appeal to your base. Like, you've been in the business for 30 years, and people say she's a savvy politician. At this point, this whole election really proves that she's not at all. She's just someone who got a cheat sheet of how to basically run an election from her husband, and she's just been following that. And she's been basically coasting off of name recognition ever since. Except, oh look, the game changed, and she's still looking at the same cheat sheet. It's not the same test anymore, Hillary. It's not. So why are you still looking at the cheat sheet? Why are you looking at the literature cheat sheet for the freaking math quiz? It makes no sense, and that makes you an idiot. It makes you potentially a bigger idiot than Donald Trump when it comes to this. Because for all intents and purposes, as stupid as he is, he appeals to his base. He goes around and he goes, hey, yo, you, I'm racist and stuff. You're racist too. Cool, we're both racist. Vote for me. And then the racist guy's like, yeah, there you go. I'm going to vote for that guy. Whereas when Hillary goes, she's like, hey, liberal base, here's Henry Kissinger. And they're like, hey, I won the election, didn't I? No, you didn't win the election. Well, we won't know. You might still win it somehow. But if you do win it, you didn't deserve it. You did everything you possibly could to lose this election, Hillary Clinton. You had Bernie Sanders on your side. Everyone loves Bernie Sanders. A lot of Republicans even love Bernie Sanders. You have Elizabeth Warren on your side. Again, everyone loves Elizabeth Warren. And Obama, with record high approval ratings, and he's the incumbent. You have that national platform, yet somehow you could potentially lose to Donald Trump in the next week. It astounds me. My mind is blown by this election. And I pray. I'm not a religious man, but I pray really, really hard. Because if there is a God, please don't let Donald Trump be president. And can we just get Hillary for 4 years, and then we come in and we primary her? In fact, during those 4 years, if she does win, let's make that presidency the worst presidency she could ever possibly experience. Let's obstruct her at every possible turn. She needs to go down as the most incompetent president who ever lived. And we need to primary her with a real progressive. And we need to change this. And we need to make sure that this type of crap does not sit anymore. Because I'm sick of it, and the American people are sick of this. And we want actual choice. We need to get out of this. First of all, we need to just get rid of this Republican Party as it is now. Because it's just beyond saving, I think, at this point. And the Democratic Party needs some major, major changes. I mean, yeah, let's speak about the Democratic Party there for a second. Because, I mean, like, you know, WikiLeaks reveals Debbie Wasserman Schultz rigged the election against Bernie. What does Hillary do? Oh, come work for me, Debbie. I'm sure that's, you know, that's like, what, over 50% of my base you're snubbing right there? And, yeah, I don't know. That's obviously a political savvy move, though. I mean, hire the person who everyone hates. I don't know anybody who likes Debbie Wasserman Schultz, but let's stick to her because she's my friend. I mean, that's not what political savvy is. Sometimes you gotta throw your friends out on the bus if they do something wrong, or if, you know, no one likes them. And it could potentially cost you the election that you're supporting them. Hillary Clinton is a joke. And if she wins this election, she doesn't deserve it. But I still have to hope she wins it because I do not want Donald Trump as president for obvious reasons.